What's going on? And today on the show, I like to thank. We're just gonna go ahead and hit up our sponsors. We're gonna thank Onnit.com. Make sure you go out there and get yourself some badass workout gear and some alpha brains and all that good stuff to make your body good. Fuck, see, dude, I did it again. Don't save. We're live and we don't care because that's how we fucking roll. Today on the show, you can see the guy over to my right. I guess would be your left. We got DodgerDanny.
What's up, everybody?
Today we're gonna cover what's up with these these no-name receivers coming up with 1 billion touchdowns and 5,000 yards. It's like all of a sudden everyone's fucking Megatron. I'm a little bitter about it.
He's a beast.
Yeah. Is too much passion a bad thing? We're gonna touch up a bit on Des Bryant and his emotional outbursts and what you guys might think out there. How are you hurting your fantasy football team? We're going to answer some of your fantasy football questions. And, of course, we got some crazy talk over in Commissioner's Corner. And again, I'd like to bring to you DodgerDanny, the man of the hour.
Thank you, Ricky. Thank you for having me. I know it's like we had talked about it last week. I couldn't make it last week.
It's no biggie. I'm just glad you came.
Well, I'm glad to. I'm glad. You know what? I'm actually glad it was this week and not last week because this week I finally, I got off the winless side, so I finally got a win this week.
You do know what they say, the first one is the hardest one to get.
Right.
Well,
you know what, I'm happy. If I go like winless from now on, I'll be like, fuck, at least I didn't end up like 0-16 or whatever.
True. I'm just happy you beat Downtown Rebels. He needed a beatdown. Just because he's been crying lately.
He's like 1-7 too, right? I think no. Yeah, he is, right? I think we're both 1-7.
6-2.
Oh no, I'm thinking somebody else. I'm sorry. I was
He lost this week to
somebody. The other guy that was 1-7.
It's probably not important.
Oh, 1-7 is
myself and
the one you beat this week.
That's
Downtown Rebels.
Okay, that's what it was. Downtown Rebels, yeah.
Tied for last. Or second to last, however you want to
You have the tiebreaker.
You have the tiebreaker on that because of your victory.
If you don't mind me interrupting, like what does the playoff scenario even look like? Like, am I even out?
No, man, we're actually going to cover that.
Oh, we are? Okay, great. Then, I jumped the gun.
You're scratching the surface on the playoff. Your eyesight's on the goal.
Right.
Goals, week 9. Today, this week's picks. So, all of you watching out there, I know there's nothing else to watch on TV today. So, I know you're watching our NFL podcast. Today, I want you guys to pick between Orange Crush and Little Mac, Mafia Bay and Ryson, Jesse versus Ray. And of course, look at the rosters out there. Everyone has a link to the to our league page. So pick your upset game, and we're gonna start tallying those today as of right now. So just to give you guys some time, make sure everyone gets to vote. And now, scores. Probably the moment you've been waiting for since you got that Wu-Tang W.
Well, it's not like I can. It's like a moral victory. I'm not gonna like gloat about it or say, hey, let's lead with it. I mean, fuck, I'm 1-7.
You should just kind of quit your head.
Yeah,
I won. I'm out.
I'm out. Like George, you know, Seinfeld episode where George wants to leave on like a high note all the time. I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Tiger style.
Tiger style. Yo. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Alright. Here we have the game of the week. Comeback win. Mind Freak takes the win 94-92. Orange Crush gets his second loss. And El Chump gets his, second win in a row for the week. Yeah, I don't know what he calls himself or why he calls himself that. But, hey, Orange Crush, you should really look into my trade. It's a mighty attractive trade. Moving on, because this is obviously not that important, even though the score was 94-92. I'm pretty sure this is a crowd favorite, probably just because I lost and the way that I lost. Marvin fucking Jones, 4 touchdowns and how many yards?
Isn't he? He's a California guy, right? He went to Cal.
I'm
think
not
so. Yeah,
familiar.
he was on the radio the other day. He's a California guy.
Stupid ass smile of that dude. Hate his ass right now. Even though I have him in another league, and also it really hurt. This one kind of just hurt because I was like, you know what? I'm starting off really well. Cam Newton blew up on Thursday. I'm like, it's a good start, and then boom, a bunch of goose eggs everywhere. Not really, just Buffalo D and DeMarco Murray,
right?
Which I was swindled into starting. I was told that he was gonna start, and I said, DeMarco Murray, I like the matchup. I'm gonna start him. Son of a bitch.
Is he related to Marvin Lewis?
Not in any way, shape, or form. Marvin Jones, Marvin Lewis. See what you did there. All right, well, congratulations, Nick. 112 to 82. I took a beat down this week, and I did call out the Denver defense last week. I did say they were probably a good time to get rid of them. So now that they have any sort of value, you might even be able to trade out for them. So that's that with that game. I'm happy.
Defenses are kind of weird. There's like everybody's defense seems to have like a big week once in a while. So
yeah, and it just so happens that every once in a while it's against me. Jesse, Houston, 50 points.
They don't have good weeks against Red.
Yeah, St. Louis fucking blew up on Houston. 50 fucking points. I get fucking trashed on.
I played the Houston defense that week.
Yeah. Electric Dynamite, Mafia Bay. Clearly Electric Dynamite.
It was a bye week.
Yeah.
All his star players were on bye.
Weeks.
And not only that, he lost what's his face? Oh, which would also be on a bye week. Too bad he couldn't get a trade out before the bye week. 38 to 87, Mafia Bay gets the win. He and I go off on next week, so it should be a good one to watch. 38-87. Little Mac versus Rudeness. Little Mac running his mouth, bringing himself back into making our division a competitive division. Rudeness, on the other hand, struggling hard.
Yeah.
It's a bad week.
Your Washington players are letting you down, bro. What's with Robert Griffin III? Only 5 points. And Roy Hulu.
I was glad he got benched at the end because every time he touched the ball, it was minus 2 points for me.
He took a shot early, like in this is like the third game, the third quarter.
He took
a hit. And he's been hit a lot, but
he had 11 points at one time, and every time he touched the ball, it was like negative points for me. So.
Were you at that point like, just quit while you're ahead?
Bench him.
Yeah, man.
And Kirk Cousins is a good backup, right? He's probably one of the better backups in the league.
That is true. Gotta hand it over to that. Matt Ryan, yeah, even though Atlanta is struggling, he's still putting up decent numbers. 11 points. Darren Sproles, not his greatest game, but very rare 1 point. And we could see here that Little Mac is, I would kind of say, his wideout position is really well in stacked. Maybe he could go off and trade one of those players and get himself a respectable running back.
Jordy Nelson gets a lot of touches right now with all the fucking injuries that Green Bay's got. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, and he's going to continue to get them. Jermichael Finley's out.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention Cobb.
Isn't his career like even like on hold right now? He had like a big injury, right?
His life is on hold.
Yeah, he was like in ICU. Really
he was. He's barely getting the. He's like learning to walk again.
Is he that bad? He was in ICU.
Well, yeah, they're saying that at some point in his life he might play again.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
that sucks. You don't want to see that happen.
The life of football. And we could see here 45 points by the Cincinnati defense. What the fuck is that all about? I'm not going to say it's all luck, but definitely strong performances by Cincinnati.
That was Pac-Man, huh? Pac-Man took it to the house on one of the...
Yeah. Motherfucker.
Adam Jones.
I'm glad he got that second, third chance in his life.
He just wanted to be rebellion. I always remember that quote when what was it? When he had to meet with the commissioner and he was always going to the script clubs. I just want to be rebellion. That shit was funny. Just being to be a rebellion.
I just want to be rebellion.
I just want to be a rebellion.
He reminds me of that kid, that freaking YouTube sensation that was like, oh, I just want to do hood rat stuff.
Yeah. The little kid. Yeah.
Luther Rain.
Yeah.
What the fuck his name?
He was some little kid. He's all like,
I just like, it's cool to do bad things. Oh, man, that's funny. Ray and Juggernauts. Ray's struggling. I think this might be his second or third loss in a row. Juggernauts giving him the beatdown of 115 to 63. Peyton Manning's back on pace, even though we kind of have opened the gates and he's starting to throw picks every game now. So that's, I wouldn't say something to worry about, but it's definitely something to take a look at. Well, we have Russell, last name Wilson. He's going to give you those 18 points along with AP, so those are his only two consistent players. Decker, I don't know why he struggled. Peyton Manning to 30 points. I guess he just didn't get the ball. Did he get injured at some point in that game?
I don't think so.
No? Well, hey, man, you better start crying and get that ball, Decker.
He just distributes a lot, you know.
It's true. I wouldn't say he distributes as much as Drew Brees.
Oh.
He definitely has the weapons around him, and we could clearly see that Denarius Thomas and Wes Walker happen to be getting all the love. Cecil Shorts,
He was missing a lot of catches too.
he dropped a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Decker?
Decker, yeah.
I
I was watching that game pretty close.
You were. Oh.
There,
Ouch.
first 3 quarters was...
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah, but they were hanging with him though, right?
First
They
3
were
quarters,
leading.
first 3 quarters were good.
Well, it's until Peyton woke up. Just...
And RG3 started giving the ball to the wrong team.
How many picks did he have that game? I mean, you only got 5 points. 3, 2,
He had...
1 win to
6
the house.
points.
One was a pick six.
It was a fumble and I think 2 picks.
Yikes. Well, it is what it is. Not the strongest performance on Ray's defense, New York defense. I blame that not solely on the defense, but what's his face? Geno Smith is throwing up a lot of picks, and I believe there was also a pick 6 on that game.
Yeah, the Jones one.
Yeah, and that definitely hurt the New York defense.
And he had another one that he dropped too that I think could have gone to the house.
I don't. Oh fuck. I remember
think he dropped
that
one.
vaguely. Yeah,
He jumped one, but he dropped it.
Yeah, I do remember that. Well, anyway, Ray comes. Juggernauts comes out big. What did I say the score was? 115-63.
I played Juggernauts next, I think.
Hey man, it'll be good. You're putting up points right now, and you're on a roll with 1 win. Sky's the limit. Team Bring It and Jesse brings us over to a very pathetic scoring game. How the fuck do you lose when 3 players are out on the opposing team? How the fuck do you let this happen? And Eli Manning only scored 9 points. Aaron Rodgers 26 points. Anquan Bolden 6 points. Besides his first game with San Fran, it's been nothing but downhill with Anquan.
Yeah, Frisco's kind of weird to figure out, huh? Like they're winning, but they're kind of doing it. Well, at least for me,
Running the ball.
Yeah, they're kind of they're reverting to kind of last year, right?
Yes, because that was
Like what they did with Smith, I think.
Yeah, clearly that was the formula. Because they let Kaepernick go out and try to win them games, and it wasn't happening. So clearly,
They've been feeding Gore, huh?
Yeah, so now they're feeding Gore up the wazoo.
Mountain Ball is getting some touches. Maybe you should start thinking of starting him.
Yeah, at some point.
At 9 points you could have had this week, I would have taken the win.
Yeah, 9 points over.
Over Rashawn.
Yeah, over
I think
Rashawn
Mendenhall was hurt, wasn't he? Because
He got hurt early.
Yeah, the other guy, Ellington, got a lot of points.
And he also blew up.
Yeah,
Which,
he
who
got a
has
lot of touches.
Ellington?
I had him and I dropped him. You know who has
What
him?
happened?
I don't remember why. It was like some little temper tantrum that I had. So I was like, just cut him.
So is too much passion a bad thing?
I guess it is.
I guess it depends what your name is. So anyway, again, I just want to come back and make sure everyone knows that this was a pathetic scoring, 53-55. I don't understand how you lose when 3 of the opposing team's players are out on a bye. So you might want to reconsider. You know what? I don't want to say it's time for you to throw in the towel, but you might want to start knitting one so you can toss in. That's all I'm saying, because you're clearly not open to trades. And we've been telling this cat that he should probably give up Aaron Rodgers and get himself some decent role players, because he clearly has nothing.
Your brother had Rodgers and Brady, right?
He had Rodgers and Breeze.
Oh, Breeze. I'm
he
sorry.
has Brady right now.
He has. Oh, that's right. He
Unless
traded
he
Brady
traded
for
him.
Breeze.
He hasn't traded.
He hasn't traded. He could trade either one and get himself a decent running
That's
back.
true.
But I mean, obviously Rodgers has the most amount of points.
Yeah.
And most upside for someone else. Let's move on to Team Doe and Jose. Jose gets another loss. I guess he moral beatdown that he got last week by yours truly. Doe coming up big. Drew Brees getting him the win. Because I don't see any other players except for Frank Gore with 17 points. Drew Brees and Frank Gore are probably the only 2 players that are decent on that team.
He's got Shady, you know?
But last week with the Drew Brees, he
Shady's
was nothing.
Yeah, he wasn't nothing with Drew. He scored that much last week without Drew Brees, so that kind of goes to show. And he doesn't have Shady. Person who has Shady is what the fuck?
Oh, it's McCoy. I'm sorry, that's Jackson.
He has Deshaun. Shady's over there in Mafia Bayland. Jose, I don't know what happened to Marshawn Lynch. 2 points. Fumbled a few times, I guess. No Sean Moreno is still a solid start. Which I keep bringing up that Michael Fabiano said Ball was supposed to be the main hit. Clearly, he was wrong.
Speaking of Michael Fabiano, we have a guest here, a viewer here, the real Michael Fabiano.
He's finally watching my show, taking some tips. What's he saying?
I don't know. He loves Little Mac. He's giving him props, and he's he made a pick. He thinks Ryson's gonna win this week.
Nah, he's not all that bad. Still, fuck him anyway. Well, that's that on there. Let's move on to DodgerDanny versus Downtown Rebels. 41 points on Andy Dalton. Are you expecting this kind of production week in and week out, Danny?
No, he's inconsistent.
Well, he's been on fire for the last 3 weeks.
He has, but given his weapons, I think he's inconsistent.
He should be. Well, he should be putting up those numbers every week.
Right.
That's kind of safe to say. You could clearly use a wideout, my friend.
I know. Look, I have T.Y. Hilton, who
will get some touches.
He will now, given that
Reggie
Wayne's out.
Yes.
And even before, he had a couple games where
he blew up like 2 games.
Two games. But now I figure he's gonna get more touches. Woods is kind of hard for me to gauge. I mean, he's had a couple games where he scored touchdowns, and he's got other games where
nothing.
He gets no touches. Like he had like 7 receiving yards or something on like 2 catches.
Plus Stevie Johnson, was struggling for a while, but as we could see as the game before that, he came out big.
Yeah, and then I have Royal, and he had a couple of kind of early games. I like him a little bit, which is why I've held on to him. But yeah, I mean, I could probably use some help.
Is there any? 'Cause I am wide receiver heavy. Is there any? I have Teddy Williams from Dallas. He's been scoring a touchdown every game ever since he started playing for Miles Austin. I have Blackman that might be available.
See, the only problem with me is right now is that like my only like real trade bait would be Eddie Lacy, right? And he's like,
that's the one I'm looking at.
That's what I thought. And I mean, you're not gonna trade me a wide receiver for what And I have Lacy, and then I have Doug Martin, who was supposed to play pretty well, but he's hurt.
Isn't he out for a few weeks too?
He is. I think he has a torn labrum or something.
Well, you probably is he bound? Does he have any record of coming back this year?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
Is he coming back this year?
I don't even know. Well, I don't even know why he would want to come back. They're like 0-8, so.
Hey, dude, all it takes is 1 win.
No, not me. I'm talking about the Bucks are 0-8. I don't know why he would want to come back. He's on injured reserve right now. I think I put him on injured reserve.
Yeah, I recall you putting him injured reserve, and there's your boy Andre.
Oh, really? I had him for a week, and I don't think I started him.
Well, I really don't see I don't see that kind of production week in and week out. So
yeah.
That was kind of an outburst for him. Eddie Lacy, I mean, he's getting a lot of touches there again. Actually, Green Bay is running the ball quite frequently now, so that's someone you
again because the wideouts they're so depleted.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know. I guess you could take your best bet with T.Y. Hilton. You could also use yourself a tight end, man.
Yeah, I got him, and I got
I'll make an offer.
Tammy from Denver. He never gets there's no touches for him because he's got Thomas in front of him.
Thomas for Eddie Lacy. What do you say, bro?
Nah, I like Lacy.
So do I. That's
That's why you're offering him. Yeah. No, I like Lacy. He's a Bama guy, man. I like
you did. I do recall you saying that in a very first podcast.
I like the SEC guys. Those guys are like they're bred for football. All like the Bama guys, the Georgia guys, the South Carolina. All those guys just play football.
Like it was 2 + 2 touchdown. Yeah.
Just give me the rock.
Just give me the rock. How Kika says it when we're playing basketball, so just give me the rock and get out of the way. But he's not. He's kind of weak. Too bad he can't do that in football. Which he didn't come in last week, which I'm kind of. When are you gonna join us for football, man?
I will. You guys play what on Tuesdays?
Wednesdays.
Tuesdays
today. Today's
the podcast
day.
Wednesdays.
Well, that is that for our weekly scores and recap. Interesting news around the league. We kind of touched up on it. since he had his emotional outburst. Is having too much passion a bad thing? We'll start off with you, then we'll go to Kamish, and then we'll go with what I think.
I like Des Bryant.
Okay.
Right? I like his passion. I was listening to like sports talk and a lot of the whole like, is he immature? Is he this? Yeah, I think he is a little bit immature. I like his passion, but he comes off as like
angry.
No, like it doesn't come off the right way. Like you could see Brady doing that to his receivers, or you could see maybe someone else who shows that sort of emotion, but he comes off a little bit detrimental.
What's the difference between Tom Brady and Des Bryant? Because we could remember Tom Brady blew off on his offensive coordinator or his quarterback coach, and then Des Bryant. I don't know if you listened to the actual footage of what he was saying.
I did, and I just saw a little bit of it.
Oh yeah, well, it wasn't really all that bad. Rudy and I were actually discussing earlier how they made a little spoof on ESPN or some show.
The Dan Patrick Show.
The Dan Patrick Show. Yeah, where you could go off and say something, we don't hear the audio.
Right.
Say I'm talking to you like this, right?
It looks
and I'm like,
bad.
that motherfucker over there, blah, blah. But I'm actually just, describing the
You're
previous
excited
play.
or something, yeah.
Or I'm just really animated with my hands.
Yeah, and...
Or I have invisible puppets.
And you know what? It might be unfair to him, but maybe because someone like Brady has the credentials, right? He's got the ring, so maybe he gets a pass for it.
Yeah. Maybe.
But I like his passion. I like him.
Kamish, what do you got on that? Is too much passion a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends how you use it. Like if you're using it to motivate somebody to get the team going, but if
Hoorah!
Yeah, if you're annoying your teammates, it might be.
That's the other thing that he kind of got a little bit
looked
under
like Witten was a little.
He kind of
upset,
did.
So it's not working there.
Well, it was one of those things because I listened to the audio. Mm-hmm. They didn't show the audio for the Witten portion of it, but they did show when he was talking to Romo. And he was just simply going over the previous play and saying like, "Hey man, that's our play.
Right.
No one's better than us on that play." Which is, but if you mute it and you do this, and
you
do this,
right? Because it's the telecast and you can't hear what they're saying. So yeah,
it looks incredibly bad. I don't know what he said, and people were just saying that Witten was just trying to like, "Hey man, get your head back in the game." So which kind of shows to me a bit of immaturity.
Right.
But
that's another thing.
In the right place.
Like he was saying, Tom Brady, he has all the rings, he has the knowledge. So so you listen, even though he's maybe listen to him.
Yeah.
This guy, I don't know, he's just a couple years in,
but he's a great player.
But still, you all the trouble he went through and everything.
Right. That's the other thing.
The way I kind of see it, being a Cowboy fan, and like I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible. I see it as we need that spark. Like, the Cowboys kind of look a little like they need the...
Yeah, because...
I agree. He might have gone a little bit overboard, without question, and that's probably all that it was. I think he just went slightly overboard.
But you know what? It's probably better for him to act that way than to like mope and do like the whole...
Exactly.
So I guess, you'd rather see that, right?
Compare him to Mark Sanchez when he was in his rookie years.
Right, or...
When he would come in, he threw a pick, and it's like, oh my God.
Or someone like an Owens, right, who would kind of like... He would do the same thing, but it was more me. Yeah. So, I guess you'd rather would like that from Brian.
People were comparing him to T.O. without having listened to the actual audio, which was really, really fascinating. I'm like, how could he jump the gun?
Right.
And people were like, hey, can you guys remember when he hit his mom? I'm like, why are you bringing that up? This is football. Has nothing to do with that.
That's the problem, is that his past kind of follows him, because he's he's from, he's a little bit reckless, likes to go out, he's young and shit.
Yeah.
So
well, I kind of see it as a positive. I think with a little bit of direction, it could be definitely a beneficial thing for the Cowboys.
And you got to remember, they lost, right? If they had won, it would have been different, I'm sure.
Yeah, it would have been like, listen, Des Bryant, the leader, willing his team back to win.
Or maybe it wouldn't have gone that far, but it wouldn't have been blown up the way it was, right? But they lost. So
the Witten and that little scrimmage there was right after Detroit came back,
so and they had like 15 seconds left. Yeah.
So you look at it differently.
Right.
You're like, fuck, we're losing. Well, I see it as, and I think it's a good way for him to actually gain that leader role. Yeah. Because he might. It's kind of like that rite of passage when he's about to get there and he just doesn't really know how to get there. But even though he's kind of taking the long way there, but a shortcut at the same time. a reckless shortcut.
A reckless shortcut.
We got a comment from
What's up?
the real Michael Fabiano. I put it up on the chat. Is too much passion a good thing or not? He's saying it's a good thing. His heart is in it. It shows people that he wants to win. It's positive talk, not like he is bringing Tony down or any of his teammates down. I see it as a positive.
All right. Well, whoever the real Michael Fabiano is, maybe it is him. He's finally listening to our show.
Good point.
Yeah. It's definitely the route that I was taking towards. Like,
I gotta just interject like one quick thing.
Bring it.
When he caught that pass, he saw that one right away.
Oh.
You know what went through my mind? What you told me once, right? When I think it was
remember.
you. It was. I'm not sure if you mentioned it or you said your dad had mentioned it. During his rookie year, right? Oh, he's a beast, and that. I remember you told me. You said I think you said your dad says one thing about Des Bryant. Ese güey está cabrón. That's what went through my mind.
My dad did say that.
He did, right? That was your dad.
That was my dad.
And that's what went through my mind. Este
Which we
güey
had him last week.
está cabrón.
Yeah.
That was.
He is.
He's a monster.
Motherfucker. And not to discredit Calvin, because everyone knows I am one of the biggest Calvin Johnson fans there is.
Well, he's a transformer.
Yeah. So, can't go wrong with Megatron.
Yeah.
But I do see both in the same, in the same breath. I'm not scared of putting Des Bryant next to Calvin Johnson.
No, he's a beast.
And the only difference is, from that game, Calvin Johnson got manned up one-on-one the whole game. Therefore, he got a shitload of touches. On the other hand...
He did have that one catch where he had...
Oh, yeah,
that was
nice. That's when our safeties were already down.
Right.
I was all pissed off about it. I was throwing my fucking underwear everywhere.
I saw him.
Yeah.
I saw him transform.
Yeah.
Like when I was like, oh, I saw it.
It made the noise go...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, well, on the other hand, Dez was being double-teamed the whole game.
Right.
So that kind of tells you what kind of respect there is and, you know, what there is. Because, normally... Obviously, during the scrimmages, Dez is one-on-one against the Cowboy cornerbacks, but
that catch was sick.
It was, well, there was a lot of great catches that game.
Yeah. That first TD catch, though, in the corner of the end zone,
that's a big boy catch. That's a big boy catch right there.
Yeah, that was got his big boy pants on.
Yeah, and Calvin, again, big boy catches across the board. It was a great game to watch. I am bitter about the loss, but...
I don't mean to rub it in or nothing, but I'm not. I've told you, I'm not really I don't really follow anyone in particular. I just like watching all the teams. But there is something about watching the Cowboys. They're always on national TV. They're always on the Sunday night game, the Monday night game, or whatever. But they find ways to be in really interesting games. Sometimes it's on the short end.
Exactly, it doesn't work out the way as planned.
Yeah, but you at least got to watch them. We'll say that about them.
Michael Fabiano thinks that the Cowboys doubled up Calvin.
Nah, that dude doesn't know how to watch tape. Hey, Michael Fabiano, you're wrong again, dude. You clearly don't know how to watch tape.
And Lil Mac wants to move on from the Cowboys.
Too much.
29 other teams.
Yeah, but the other ones are irrelevant. Well, that was the best game of the week. I mean, what other game was good?
It was probably the best game.
Not against anything against the Cowboys. That was a heck of a win.
For Detroit.
For Detroit, yeah.
Motherfucker. Okay, we'll move on just because I'm getting angry at it now.
He said they should have doubled up on...
Oh.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like... Well, we do have a $50 million corner opposed to a $100 million receiver. But still, you do... I did like seeing the matchup. It was just a mismatch all the way around. He's just a...
That was a mismatch against everybody.
Yeah, it's a freak of nature. And, since the real Michael Fabiano is listening, how are people hurting their own fantasy teams? What trends out there that are hurting their very own fantasy team? Anyone have any clue? Like, for example, on your end, what would you say is like the one thing that God damn, this is hurting my team. I gotta trade. I gotta do something.
I'm not strong at wide receiver. We already went over that.
Mm-hmm.
And I make the wrong pick sometimes. You know, there have been a couple games, but it's hard to it's hard to really to pinpoint. Right? It's not like I'm sitting on the Doug Martin, right? I mean,
right.
I gotta play the guy, right? I mean, he's
Doug
Martin,
yeah.
right? So, but it's been the wrong play a lot of the season, right? There have been other receivers that I could have played. So for me, it's just that it's the inconsistency sometimes of picking the wrong player.
Speaking of inconsistency and wrong player, how soon before you like let him go? Even if it is a Doug Martin or because the whole team is struggling there in Tampa.
Right. Well, Doug. I mean, I don't know who would want Doug right now. I mean, he's hurt.
Oh, he's hurt. No, yeah, but for say like you have Doug Martin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say he's not injured, hypothetically.
Right.
And he's playing.
Right.
All right. How soon before you're like, enough is enough? I got to get rid of this kid.
Well, I don't even know if I would do it now because I mean I'm so far behind. I don't even know if it's to my benefit because it's not like I'm a game out or 2 games out or I can maybe sneak back in. I'm pretty far back. So.
Well, we could look at Little Mac. He went from like 1-5 and now he's making it competitive. Still last.
I'm not winning like 3 or 4 games in a row.
Who knows, man? You
Maybe.
might come up big and you might beat
Right.
the Juggernauts. That's all I'm saying.
You are 5 games behind on your division, and you're 4 games behind on the wild card. So
okay, that's not
still,
so bad.
There's still 7 more games to go. So
Really?
You're
Okay.
starting off
I'm
on
not
the
too
right
bad.
foot.
Okay.
The second half of the season.
All right. Well, but as far as going back to the trade, I mean, I guess like right around now or maybe another week or 2 is when you figure, okay.
Yeah, like enough is enough.
Right. But then I gotta want to think about next year, right? You gotta think about who am I gotta franchise somebody, so I don't want to.
You franchised Doug Martin.
I did, so I know I can't keep him.
So
So I gotta think about, well, if I'm not gonna trade, I'm sorry, if I gotta franchise somebody, I don't want to trade somebody like Lacey because he might be somebody that I want to franchise, right?
Exactly.
So there's certain guys that I may not be looking to trade.
Well, it's a good way to look at it.
And then the other thing is, like, let's say I trade somebody, right? And I trade him to whoever, right? Maybe it caused a little bit of an unfair balance, right? Because what if whoever I trade with really needed that kind of move to put them a little bit over the top? Was it really cool for me to wait so long to trade it to X team so that they can kind of... I mean, I guess if it's still within the trading deadline, it's
It's cool.
still legit,
Yeah.
right? But... I could see where some other teams might be like, well, why would he trade him now? Or, maybe now it's a little bit of a disadvantage to other teams because this team's getting stronger.
Well,
so
then again,
late.
we do have the commissioner's way.
That's
of
true,
doing
right? You
trades.
can waive it or veto it or something.
Yeah, all the trades have to be fair.
Mhm.
I don't even though some people think that some of the trades I've accepted.
Yeah, I've noticed those comments and they kind of like.
But I go through. There's like 3 steps. I go. I look on. I have a website where I rate the 2 players and they get ranked, and I give 2-3 points if they're off.
Leeway,
by 2-3
right?
Points,
Yeah.
leeway. Either way, then now this year we started doing where 2 commissioners, Alex and myself, both agree. If he doesn't agree on it with it, and I don't agree, if it's a disagreement, we go back to the people who did the trade and tell them to work it out again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like we're just approving any trade.
Right.
So if
there are checks and like
if you're
balances.
trading Annie Dalton for a kicker,
Yeah, that's not gonna fly.
Yeah,
Right.
that's kind of women. Like, it's not gonna. You're not doing a fire sale. I'm just saying, like, how soon before you like give up on a player? Like, I give up on Dwayne Bowe like a few weeks back.
Right. For me, it might seem dumb, but there's certain guys that I just like. So even if I gave up on him, I'm like, I kind of like Eddie Lacy, right?
Yeah.
If Eddie Lacy wasn't having the year he was having, I still kind of like the guy, right?
Damn.
And then if I trade him, it's like, okay, it was a stupid pick to begin with, and not that I don't want to admit it may have been a stupid pick, but I'm like, I like the guy, so I figure he'll turn around. And then you have other things, right? Like, what if I had given up on him some time ago? Well, now he's a feature back, right? So,
Well, it could have been something that you gave up a while ago, but then that person that you got is also blowing up.
that's true.
So it's always like you never know.
Yeah.
The thing is though, like, how long before you like?
You
give
want
up on the
Lacy,
person?
don't you?
No, this is not doing the trade anymore. I'm not even thinking.
Oh, no?
That's you already said no. First thing, I'm gonna have to move
Well,
on.
at this time, it's a no
At this for now.
for now.
So it's like I'm just saying, like, for example, right? I was trying to get rid of Dwayne Bowe. People were like, they weren't biting.
Right.
And even when he blew up like 2 games, I was like, people weren't biting. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
all right, whatever, fuck it. I'm letting him go.
You just
Enough
call it
is
as-
enough. He's just a waste of a roster spot.
Right.
I'm giving out. Get the fuck out, or kindly leave.
Right.
Wedding crashers. So anyway, yeah. So I was saying, I think it was like my 5th or 6th week. I was
Right.
like, kindly leave.
God.
Believe it or not, it was picked up the very next week, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of like my rule of thumb. Like, how soon or how far would you go
Right.
to be like out?
I generally stick with them. But you can tell. I mean, I have cut a couple guys, but they were again more like kind of just rashes, where I was like, I didn't like it, so now I'm just gonna they're gone. But usually I'll tend to stick with them a little bit longer, I think.
Well, that's cool. You at least give them a shot. I'm like, get the fuck out of my
Yeah.
Well, that's always something you guys might want to take a look at. I bring up this topic because there is a lot of people out there, and not only in our league, but in our league, I think it happens in our league only because it's so big and
There's so many teams,
and there's no other people to pick up.
Right.
Yeah, so I could see that happening in our league. But for example, there's other leagues that only have 10 teams, and there are people still hanging on to like Kenny Britt that hasn't done shit or is not gonna do anything or isn't even starting. There's teams out there that are hanging on to Dwayne Bowe, which I happen to be one of them in one of his leagues. So, things like that, I just want to bring up so people would start paying attention to what they're actually doing, and they continue to stay active. This motherfucker in one of my other leagues, I sat in our 300 league, I sat down Drew Brees, and that fucking kid that killed me this week, what the fuck, Marvin Jones?
Marvin Jones.
Both on my bench, 100 points on the other league.
But
right?
who was your other wide receiver that you played in his place?
No, let me refresh and why I kept him sitting.
Okay.
I have them pending on a trade.
Oh.
So I was kind of like, okay, if this dude accepts my trade and I don't pay attention, I want to make sure I have my starting roster. So I have my starting roster. I lost by like 2 points, right? So which is why I'm more upset about it. I could have blown the guy out of the water. And because of that, this motherfucker is not active. He doesn't respond to the trade.
He just doesn't
do anything. So therefore he ruined my week.
Your game plan.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, hey dude, if you let me know, and again, which is why I brought it up last week.
Right.
Be active on your leagues. It's not hard. You go in twice a week. Some people go in 5 times a day. So go in, stay active. Let me know, or let the person that wants to trade with you know, like, hey man, you know what? Not at this time. I'm not interested. Boom.
And then you can set your lineup accordingly.
Exactly. Because at that point, I was very like, you know what? It's a close game. If I actually manage to get Drew Brees out and get this monster player in, I'll try to plug him in. Because for some strange reason, I thought I might have. But I didn't get a yes. I didn't get a no. Drew Brees was still on the bench.
Right.
And, well, not that I would have started that kid, but I would have gotten rid of one of my other players and I would have started him.
Yeah. I'm not super active. I mean, I do log in probably like on a daily basis.
Right.
But with the trade, I mean, I have gotten a couple of requests, and I try to at least respond as soon as possible, because that is I hadn't thought about it, but
that is the one thing that just gets me peeved, man, because it's kind of like it's been sitting there for a few weeks. What the fuck is that? Yes, I didn't even look at it.
Right.
And I'm not saying you, but everyone in general. There's a fantasy tip. Stay active in your league. Don't let people hang.
Help your fantasy brethren.
Yeah, this is a really huge community that we're all a part of, and you're only hurting your. First of all, if that kind of shit just continues on that other league, it's an expensive league, and being as an expensive league as it is, I would have expected, someone to say like, okay, no on the trade,
right?
Like I'm not saying immediately, but when you're submitting your roster, so. Yeah, man, I mean, come on. Like, we're paying $25 in our league, and that's a $300 league, and there's clearly more activity here than there's
$300 league?
It's a $300 league.
That's the buy-in?
What's flat rate?
Oh, okay.
I mean, unlimited, blah, blah, blah.
All right.
It's a dude's at escrow.
Fuck, baller.
You know those Koreans go?
That's true.
It's fucking Koreans.
Are they smoking and, like, throwing money around?
Yeah. They're lighting up
waivers
their...
and shit?
Yeah, they're fucking lighting up their cigarettes with bills, like... Yeah, so, I don't know, I just wanted to bring that up just so people stay active and, are more quick to respond, because this whole thing about letting people hang is just the absolute worst. It'll ruin... Not only will it ruin your week, it might ruin your entire season. Because what if, you're trading someone...
by a game, yeah.
Yeah, for example, Ruben, right? He had Reggie Wayne, Daenerys Thomas, both up for trades. And if you would have traded one of them, someone, I'm not saying that it happened, but say someone wasn't paying attention, they got the Reggie Wayne trade, and they're like, oh man, it's a good trade. And he gets the trade. Ruben's way up.
Yeah.
Right? He has someone to start this week. And for the rest of the season.
Right.
But opposed to that, and that didn't really happen. Well, metaphorically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's just simply asked out. Period. Could have been before that, and you just never know. But that is always something to take to watch out for. And I rambled on a lot about that. Is there any fantasy football questions?
Slow.
Too many people watching other things like New Girl.
Probably, yeah.
That's a good show. You watch it?
I watch New Girl.
Yeah. I got into it like
I actually
year
have it
ago?
on my DVR,
Oh, really?
but don't tell anyone.
No, that's like
We're on live.
We have
I
8
watch it. I
watchers.
don't care.
Oh, we have
It's a
8
good
watchers? That sucks. I put it up everywhere, bro. I was like,
But
Daddy's
what up?
coming.
Oh.
Oh, I spread the word.
show.
But then there's people watching the game.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, there's
Which we were watching it too, but whatever. So no questions on chat?
No, Little Max saying that everybody in the Tampa roster is struggling.
yeah, they've had a rough year.
Oh, except for Vincent Jackson.
Isn't Jackson having a good
I
year?
mean, they're always playing from behind, so he's getting the touches.
Yeah, you know what? At first, I kind of like Greg Schiano, right? Because he's a college guy, kind of a younger Rutgers guy.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, like, kind of the stories that come out of there, like, people don't really seem to like him, right? And then he does the stupid shit with the kneeling down, and he always, it's kind of like.
Does he still do
Bush
that
League.
even though the game's out of
I think he does it from time to time still. They did, who were they playing? I'm not sure if it was against Carolina or the
and they
week
got all
before.
pissed off, right?
No, I think it was against Carolina. Cam was, instead of, you kneel down, right? No, he was in the shotgun position. And he took it, and then he kneeled down.
Ah,
Because they wanted to make sure, right, that he doesn't
That-
try to sneak in there.
that
So.
probably cost me some fucking rushing yards.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I thought that was pretty cool because I was like,
That is pretty
right, because
cool.
it's kind of douchey to do what Gianna does. I mean, I kind of understand, right?
If
Because
it's close, I totally get
right, and also because it's like Herm Edwards, right? You play to win the game, but there are sometimes where you're like, come on, man, just kind of let it be. So I thought it was pretty cool that I think it was Cam who took a knee, but in the shotgun position. It was like, come and
fucking
rush me
Cam.
now.
He's doing really solid right now.
Cam?
Couldn't be proud of the guy. I don't think he's thrown a pick in like
He's
3 to 4 games.
yeah, he's having a good
A
couple weeks, and they're like over 500 for the first time in like
Finally.
5 years.
Finally.
My cousin's a big. I don't know why he's a Carolina Panthers fan.
Maybe he
'Cause-
hopped on the wagon when they won.
No, he's been a Carolina Panthers fan since the Kevin Green. Remember that wrestler guy? He used to play, and he was since they were like an expansion team.
Wow.
I don't know why, right? But he just gravitated to the Panthers, and he's like, oh, the Panthers are my
They
team.
made the playoffs a couple with Jake
Delhomme.
Jake Delhomme, yeah.
and Fox, the coach, Denver coach.
They
were pretty good.
beat in their expansion season or their second season. They won a wild card game too, right? I think.
Yeah, I think it was against Dallas.
It was against Dallas. I didn't want to say anything, but it was against Dallas. But I have a cousin who's like a big Carolina fan, and
Like, he's really though big. Like,
yeah, a little bit. But
Okay.
no, but aside from, he's like a huge Carolina Panthers fan, and I was like,
he's a passionate fan.
yeah. So I'm sure I haven't seen him in it's not like 2-3 weeks since I've seen him.
That's crazy.
But I'm
man.
sure he's happy right
You're
now.
in LA?
Since the I don't know why. There must have been something about the color scheme,
I
or
was thinking the colors right now.
because
You
the
took
colors are
word-
pretty cool.
You're like, hey man, Carolina. It could have been a Jordan thing.
Yeah. No, but he's lit. Nah, I don't think so. But since like way back, since the
That's
expansion, yeah.
That's pretty cool though.
I can't say that. Oh, sometimes you're like, oh, what's because yeah,
Parents or
or you
born.
jumped on the bandwagon a little bit. Nah, he's been repping Carolina. I'm telling you since the Kevin Green days.
That's pretty cool, dude. Well, congratulations.
It
to
was
him.
Kevin Green. He was a wrestler. I think it was that guy.
At some point, I believe he was. Nice, about 20 people watching. Is that true, Rudy? We had 20 people at one point.
Probably we were at 18 last time I saw. We have 9 right now.
What the fuck? Where did everybody go?
Little Mac has a thought, or he's predicting that nobody likes Michael Fabiano, and that's why they're leaving.
It's probably right. I call Michael Fabiano out just about every show.
Who is Michael Fabiano?
He's
Do you want me to
a
say?
fantasy football Hall of Fame expert from NFL.com.
Michael
You watch
Fabiano.
NFL.com? You're an ESPN guy.
I watch the NFL Network. I don't see it as often, but I like their fantasy show with Matt Money Smith.
Matt Money
Yeah,
Smith's
Matt Money
dope.
Smith.
Yeah.
You listen to him on the radio, the
Mm,
Petros and Money. I like the
nah.
Petros and Money.
Yeah. He used to come out on K-Rock at some point, right?
He did a long
Yeah.
time ago. He was the sports guy.
Yeah, I remember that dude.
Yeah. He used to do the Lakers stuff too when they were on.
He does the SC stuff too now, right?
I'm
On
not
the radio?
sure. He does football games on the radio.
I think it's the SC games.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I could be just talking just because it's a talk show. Well, it's Michael Fabiano. You ruined my life. Get out of here. I want my viewers back. All right, Danny. I know you're making it. I know you're making it competitive, right? So I know you have some bullseyes and people that you want to call out.
Nah, I'm not calling it.
Don't
Ricky,
call. All right,
Ricky.
don't call out anybody. Just who is a team out there? You're like, damn, that team looks good right now on paper.
Orange Crush is looking good, right?
That piece of shit.
No, he's good. He's like 6-2, no?
He is
6-2.
4-4.
Oh, fuck, my numbers are all wrong.
Orange Crush is 6-2.
Orange Crush or
Orange Crush.
Oh, Orange
he's
Crush.
6-2, right?
yeah, he's 6-2.
6-2.
Yeah.
Doe is also 6-2, I think.
Dope. All he has is Drew Brees.
That's more than I can say.
That's all he needs, to be quite honest.
Yeah. And so those teams, and then there's one division where there are like 3 teams that are 5-3, I think, right?
The West, the Wild
West.
West.
That's fun, right?
The
It's
Wild
interesting.
West.
I think your dad's in there.
Juggernauts.
Your uncle, right? Jesse.
Oh, Jesse's my cousin.
Jesse. Oh, I'm sorry.
Older cousin.
Jesse,
Way
your
older.
dad, and somebody else is 5-3, right?
Juggernauts.
Juggernauts. Yeah.
They're keeping it
So
competitive.
that's interesting.
Who's out there that you want to beat, bro? Like, you just like, I have to beat that
Nah,
guy.
there's no one I
Come
have
on,
to beat,
dude.
man.
You have to beat somebody.
Nah,
You beat Downtown Rebels.
This is what, your third season?
third season, I think.
Who do you think is your rival? Like I have Team Bring It and we always bring it to the
Right.
table when we play each other.
It's gotta. I would say, but just because they're in my division,
Don't
one
be
of the
that
guys in
guy.
my division. It's not like I.
But
Like, there's
who,
no bad blood.
like
There should be.
like Ricky and Mind Freak.
Yeah,
every
but
year
bad
they,
blood.
they,
There's
they,
bad
they
blood.
go at it.
We're bros, though.
Right.
But there's
There's
fantasy-wise, we're like...
Yeah,
nemesis.
but-
Who's the one team that when you see the schedule go up, you
You guys
go,
are
oh, I
putting
can't
on
wait
the
to
spot
play this
now.
team.
Well, that's why we brought you on the show. You can say Downtown Rebels just because you beat them.
Yeah, I'll go with that. I'll go like.
Nah, don't be that guy. Gotta be somebody else.
Nah, it's gotta. You know what? It's gotta be somebody in the division. I would say Ray, I guess, or your
Ray.
brother. Yeah, because those are the guys I play twice a year. Is it twice? Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. It's gotta be one
Who
of
else?
them.
Nick, right? Nick's also...
No,
No, Doe.
Team
Doe?
Bring It.
Bring it,
Bring it,
Ray,
Doe.
and Doe.
Yeah.
Do, re, mi, bring it.
But yeah, it'd have to be either Ray or Team Bring It.
So not Do?
Nah,
Why
I
not?
don't. Well, you know what?
He's chump. Huh?
He hasn't won
I
anything
should-
yet.
He's chump.
I
huh?
should-
Say it.
I should say Doe. No, it wasn't that. I was like, I should say Doe because he beat me the first week.
Damn.
But it wasn't so much him. You know who really pissed me off was not Drew Brees. What the fuck's his name? Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers just pisses me off
Yeah.
just because I... by
So
looking at
yeah,
him.
so okay, I'll go with Doe since he beat me by a point.
Damn,
But
you hear
that's-
that, though?
But that's it. But just because of that, I mean, it's not like I dislike anybody. There's no bad
Just say you
blood.
dislike him. Who cares?
But
Nice.
That
cool.
brings
What-
us more viewers.
what is my record? I mean, overall, like
To be quite honest, there's only like 5 teams with positive records.
Week
Well, that's
14,
true.
DodgerDanny versus Doe.
Put it on your
Division game.
calendars.
Is that the last one?
It is a division
You
game.
could be the
spoiler.
The spoiler.
Oh, well, I'll do that. Yeah, it could be a spoiler.
Hey, you don't have to be a spoiler. That could be your ticket to the playoffs.
I-
So that could be too.
We'll see.
Ticket
Yeah,
to the
7
playoffs,
weeks.
son.
I have something to look forward to.
Yeah, you hear that, though?
Who's on his
Suck it,
team?
bro.
Doe?
Drew Brees.
Yeah.
That's
Drew
it.
Brees.
Oh shit! Yeah, man.
He didn't
That's
have
it,
Drew
though.
Brees last week, and he got scored like 49 points.
Which is as much as what Drew Brees scored last week.
If you were here the day of the draft, he said
Yeah.
Tom Brady. What was it again? The quote, Tom Brady.
Do you want me to go through the whole thing?
I like that part.
He was all like, I'm like, hey, man, like, what do you think about your team? He's like, all I have is Tom Brady. Tom Brady's all I need. Tom Brady. And that's all I really need. Tom Brady. Enough said.
That was verbatim.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. No, as far as I remember. That's what, I don't, yeah. No, word for word. That was
That was it?
completely verbatim, all of it. Yeah.
So there you go. All right. So
All
week
right.
14.
Week 14. Put on your calendar. I'll put it on my calendar. Like, oh. I'm rooting for you, Danny.
Watch me get crushed.
Get at it. He only has Drew Brees. You have Andy Dalton. They're putting up the same numbers right now.
Andy Dalton put up the same numbers this week. He's not putting that up. Every
What
week.
about last week?
He scored like 30 something, I think, or 20.
You're
something.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. People don't think I pay attention, but I kind of do.
Yeah.
But not really.
I give myself low expectations. Hopefully, I come out with a win.
Come out big. Yes. All right. Now that we got that out of the way, answer me this, Danny. Oh, we already kind of went over and how to like really fix your team and all that stuff, which is usually what I do. If there's any tip out there, I know you're 1-7,
1-7. That is correct.
but what is the little gems of wisdom that you give to our millions of viewers watching the Laker games.
No, I don't think anybody wants to hear my gems of wisdom.
I wouldn't mind hearing a little bit. You seem like a smart guy.
You know what
seem like you know
I'm
what
picking
you're
up?
doing.
You'd be a good person draft day to pick that one player that's gonna surprise everybody because it sounds like you watch a lot of college. I don't watch college.
I
so
like
don't know.
college.
You picked up a whole bunch of rookies. That's
I
what we're
did, and you know, I guess that's sort of my thing, right? Because recently, at least from what I've been noticing, right, you have these rookies that are coming in and just blowing up.
saying. Yes.
Right? You have Geno Smith, for instance, right? Not a great year, but enough to start, enough to hold his job down.
He's going up against Mark Sanchez.
I know, but
The janitor could have thrown better.
right, but he's not playing Mark Sanchez every
Also-
week. I mean, he's out there, right?
Also named Mark Sanchez.
You have someone like Terrell Pryor, right? So
Hey,
I'm
putting up.
it just kind of from what I've been hearing too, like on the radio and stuff, and I listen to like Cowherd and shit, right? And like I hear a lot of people pushing kind of like the youth movement, right? You have people like fucking what's his name, Wilson, obviously, right?
Last name Wilson.
Yeah, and you have Luck and these guys that are young, man. It doesn't take 2 or 3 or 4 years.
Like
And
it
Morris
used to.
last year, I mean, he was
Right.
rookie.
You get these guys that boom, they're in, especially now because the rules like in the NFL are so lopsided towards the offense.
Really
I mean, you
is.
can't touch anybody. You can't hit anybody.
Which
The
is
quarterback can't be touched. You can't.
Uh-huh.
You can't put your helmet to helmet to helmet. You can't go too low. So it's really offensively driven, right? So the quarterbacks get a lot of touches, and then the spread offenses. When you run these like weird option type of things. So these rookies, I think they come in and you don't. At least for me, like I don't think you have to depend so much on getting that big name, right? Like let's say round 1, 2, Brady, Breeze, the Romos, all those like top tier kind of guys are gone.
Well, let's be
They're
quite
still- I
honest.
mean, you have, like-
they go early here. They
Right.
don't go early in other leagues.
That's true, right?
So I mean, our league clearly is a quarterback driven league.
Right.
Which on the other hand, if you go to any like Yahoo league or 10 people league, those players are going late, like in 6th, 7th,
Right,
9th round. But I see what you're saying. You're kind of going with the youth movement. It kind of seems like the whole college scheme is coming over. Do you think
Yeah.
that's here to stay?
Uh,
I mean, I know it's a trend.
right. It is a trend because stuff like the Wildcat was like a
It
trend,
was
and
a
that's
huge
gone.
trend. That is completely gone.
But like offensively, like all the offensive numbers, I think are here to stay for a while.
Uh-huh.
Just because again the rules are just so skewed towards the offense.
And it's probably also the way the quarterbacks are made now.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be Michael Vick.
Everybody wants to be the Kaepernick, right?
Yeah.
Like the
Fuck that guy.
6'2",
Kaepernick sucks.
well, that type of quarterback
Yeah, I
who's
hate
mobile, and
I'll take Cam over Kaepernick any day.
right, or the Cams, right? Like the Cams of the world.
Cam is a beast, bro.
Right.
If you put him on a wide out, he would destroy.
right?
I
Well, he
think-
could probably play any position out there.
Probably could. He's in tight end.
He's a monster, dude.
He's a fucking beast.
Yeah.
I
So
would play him any position.
That's sort of my. I just think the young guys right now are you
Yeah.
have guys that are like 22, 23, and it's like these guys are coming in and just running the NFL.
That's true, man. Especially if your last name is Wilson.
Yeah.
He's doing big things.
Did you see that thing where they were talking about his height? Right, he's not as tall as like Griffin or Luck, but
Yeah.
his hands are fucking massive.
He was talking with was it Michael Irvin?
He's
right?
like a bear.
Yeah.
he's
Like a
got
bear.
he's got paws, man.
yeah. Yeah, his fucking hands are huge, dude. He's a little fucker.
He's like 5.
It's kind of like the
11,
Black
huh?
Drew Brees,
Yeah,
but with black skills.
but he's got like he's a crazy.
Am I allowed to say? Fuck it, I already said it. Well, it's the truth. So as far as I guess you wouldn't call it your jam, but you just kind of see the movement, as in like you might want to go younger.
I think so.
What?
Okay, think like
One thing that'll contradict that completely: C.J. Spiller, Fred Jackson.
or someone like Manning, right? Manning's still sticking around doing it. So you have but those are like oddities, man. I mean, Manning comes around like once in like a blue moon. Same
They
thing with
say
Brady.
a lifetime kind of
Right.
thing. But then again, we have 2 in a lifetime.
Yeah.
Fucking Megatron, you're never gonna see him again.
We're up to 17 viewers. My thing is that halftime everybody went and stepped out of the room, and now that the game's back on, they're back on the show.
I dig it. Hey man, you just beat average viewers.
That's pretty good.
I like it.
All right. A win and
beating average.
And beating average viewers.
Average is what, like 12, 13 viewers, I think.
Yeah.
That's about does it. We rambled on long enough, Rudy. It's that time where people have been waiting for. Or did I miss anything here? No fantasy football questions?
Pick 'em.
Pick 'em.
This week, let's recap last week.
Let's recap. It's
It was,
huge.
It was an ugly week, I could say that.
Well, it depends.
First team matchup that we picked last week was Mind Freak versus Orange Crush. Only you picked Orange Crush. No,
The other way
You
around.
always pick against Mind Freak, or
you picked Orange Crush, and I picked Mind Freak. Jose picked Mind Freak, and online viewers picked up Mind Freak.
Wow. Oh,
So-
yeah, I was a lone wolf.
So you were the only lone wolf.
I didn't howl or anything. That's probably why I lost.
Then the next matchup was Doe versus Jose. We all picked Jose. Everybody.
Talk about your ultimate lad. I'm going to go yell at him outside
we
right
lost there. Team Bring It versus Jesse. We all thought Team Bring It was going to bring it.
now. Don't get me started on that fucker. Why doesn't he listen to our show? I know he listens to the show, but why doesn't he listen to the show?
And then the upset picks, well, I'll save that one to the end. Jose picked Rootness to win over Little Mac. That didn't happen.
Fail.
I picked Electric Dynamite. That definitely didn't happen.
Mega fail.
Online and Ricky both went with DodgerDanny over Downtown Rebels.
to get off
You got
this night.
your first
There we
win,
go.
and they got their win. Tallying up our picks,
You're welcome.
Ricky,
you.
you have four correct picks for the season. I have 6. The guests have 6, and our online viewers have 4.
Whew! I'm not last.
Thanks to DodgerDanny.
Thank you,
There you
Dr.
go.
Danny.
Well, thanks for the win.
Yes.
Okay, this week,
You're welcome.
You know, and
and
I thought
thank
I
you.
wasn't gonna win because I was like, "Fuck."
I had full faith in you.
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, kind of, but fully.
I just didn't think it was gonna happen. I thought I was gonna go win.
this week, we're gonna pick Orange Crush versus Little Mac. That's the first matchup there.
Do we got a tally? They don't pay attention to our
It's
viewers.
kind of weak. Little Mac is fit. Wait, where am I at? Sorry, wrong week. Little Mac is favorite, 11 points, and he's also home. Little Mac versus Orange Crush. Orange Crush just came out of that tough loss.
But see, that's the thing. I called it last week. I see Orange Crush on the decline. That's why I offered him the trade, which I will not go on live about. But it is a huge trade, like a monster. Like it should make headlines.
Blockbuster.
Nah.
No.
Like a summer blockbuster? No.
No.
Not like a winter one.
Okay.
Yeah. But either way, I'm taking Orange Crush. Just because, more money, more problems.
Can we see the rosters if that's okay?
Bro, I can show you whatever you want, son. Where are the rosters? It's gotta be an easy way to do
Because
it.
I kind of like my stuff
Go
gets
to
jumbled
just
up a little
rosters.
bit.
Yeah, but, that's the thing right here now, right? That thing won't come up on the side. There you go. Franchise roster, son. There you go.
All right. Yeah, that'll work.
He's-
Which one's the first game? I'm sorry.
My Orange Crush versus Little Mac.
Orange Crush.
Orange Crush is right here.
Okay.
He's got no quarterback. He's got a whole bunch of other people,
Orange
but
Crush.
there's nothing really there. Oh!
He has 2 players. That's all I see.
Yeah!
And the defense.
And Megatron's out this week.
That's right.
Ooh!
Who'd you take?
I took Orange Crush just because he's not in my division.
And he's playing Mind Freak.
He's playing
Little Mac,
Little
right?
Mac,
Little
which
Mac.
is right here.
I will go with Orange Crush as well.
I have Orange Crush as well.
Ooh!
And
The crowd says. Do, 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 do.
actually, no, I have Little Mac, and the crowd also has Little Mac.
Okay.
Fuck.
So we're split.
Split. We'll take that. Take that to the bank.
The second matchup is Mafia Obey versus Ryson. Let me see who's favorite.
Do you want to see the
right
rosters,
now,
man?
Ryson's favored by 39 points, and he's also home.
He doesn't have Stafford. He doesn't have Bell from
This
Detroit.
is week 9, right?
Yeah, boy. He doesn't have Victor Cruz.
Okay, so Kaepernick's gonna have a bye, right?
Dude, he's over here, dude.
fuck am I doing? Where am I looking?
You're looking at Sal's.
So you're playing Mafia Obey.
Yeah. Dude on the
Okay,
right.
so he doesn't have Stafford this week. Oh. I will go with...
I'm going to be as biased as possible and pick myself.
I will go with Ricky as well.
I have Ricky, and the online crowd has Obey.
Wow. Dirty. Are you guys not seeing the roster? You guys are pathetic.
Last matchup is Jesse versus Ray. Ray is favored 6 points, and they're also home.
Ray.
He has... Oh, Decker's out.
Mm-hmm.
But it is one of the... Oh... But Baby T.O. is back. Ray versus who?
Jesse.
Jesse? Well,
It's
then
Jesse
again,
one.
Jesse gets all his players back, too. Look at that.
I'll go with Jesse.
I'm going with Ray. I like Ray's roster better.
I got Ray also. And the online has Jesse. So two
Just
and
a split
three.
again.
Damn, we're splitting things.
And now the upset matchup.
Alright, upset matchup. Well, where do we... Oh, we just go to the fantasy league, right? The front
The
part.
front page.
Alright. Commissioner's Corner is on you. Do you want me to read it? I'll read it later.
You already replied to it, I think.
I know. I just want to see what else he wrote. Alright. There they are, man. Downtown Rebels over Doe, Jose, and Team Bring It. What? How is Team Bring It even... Must be buys. But we all know he can't beat those
He's favored by a point, right?
by a point. And he's home?
He's home.
He's home.
Dude, but damn. Dude can't even win a fucking consolation prize. Well, you have all those other ones. Orange Crush, a little man.
Right.
Oh, we're not that one, right? Team Nick versus Mind Freak. You know what? Team Nick's on a hot streak. Oh, but he has no quarterback.
He doesn't need a quarterback.
Clearly not. When what's his face is scoring 50 points. Oh, but then we did see Mind Freak's roster, and half his roster's gone. Damn, dude. I wanted to pick you again.
Right. No,
But that 36.3 is not looking very good.
why is that so high?
Have you submitted your lineup?
I did.
No, wait. Peyton's on a bye, son.
Maybe he hasn't submitted them.
Peyton's on a bye. You know what? I'm going big. DodgerDanny to
2 weeks
win.
in a row?
2 weeks in a row.
Can I go with myself? Or
You
no?
could go with yourself.
Okay, I'll go with myself.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, maybe he hasn't submitted his lineup yet.
Well, it still is 36.
I went with Nick.
I was going to go with Nick.
Let's see.
But I'm going with DodgerDanny for the win.
FTW.
FT dub.
And the online crew is also going with Nick.
Oh, well.
Yes, we're split again.
Split again. That's
So
cool.
those are our picks for this week.
Those are our picks for the week. Let's go back over to our show here. Any last things you want to say to the crowd, Danny?
No, nothing really. I'm glad I got my first win. Right.
Congratulations.
Also, who did I play? I'm sorry. I played Downtown Rebels.
You mean nobody?
It was cool because he sent a message and I didn't reply, but he said, "Hey, congrats on the win," so that was cool.
That's
Right?
classy.
We don't want to, classic. Because I don't want to see anybody go winless, right? And I definitely don't want to go winless. So I thought that was real cool. Of
I
him,
like
so.
seeing people go in this.
Nah,
But that's me, though. I'm passionate.
The only reason is because that would be a record that would be broken.
What? No one's got winless.
Nobody's gonna win this.
Okay, now I'm really glad I got a fucking win.
1 year we were short an owner, and we had a league that I just submitted a lineup at the beginning of the season. I left it all 14 weeks.
You just left. That was like
And-
the house.
And I expected for them to go winless.
Mm-hmm.
I think it won twice.
It won once.
Once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even that team won once.
Yeah. I mean, it evens out somewhere. Someone's gonna have a bad week, and you're gonna have a good week. So it would be difficult, I think, to go.
I just kind of wish I get some good fucking karma. Cause what's up with these fucking defenses blowing up playing against me? Sometimes it's not enough. You hear that? Those teams that I've already beat. That's right.
What defense do you go up this week?
I don't know. Oh, Mafia Bay. He doesn't have a defense. At least I don't think he does. Survey says.
Give me a second here.
Well, anyway, this is the end version of our. Wait, I said that wrong. That concludes our interview session. Danny's gonna go ahead and take charge over there in the chat room. So you guys go ahead and chat over with Danny. I'm sure your ladies out there, you might want to be like, "Yo, what's up, lady?"
The Falcons.
They get thrashed on every week.
Who did they play?
This coming week,
Mm-hmm.
the Falcons play the Panthers.
Division game and Cam's on fire. I'll take it.
I'll take it too. I would imagine Cam to blow up.
Cam's on fire right now, dude. He's gonna blow shit up. He's like Die Hard.
Team Bring It has finally appeared.
Oh, it was like, is the game over? No. What's he saying?
He just says, "Hey, we got Robin.
Oh, he's making.
Get out of here, man. We're talking about football." Alex said Lakers over the Clippers.
And who said that?
And Robin says, "Get out of here, man."
Talking about football.
Oh, shit. Gotta hand it to my lady. Shout out, woman. Good job. So, yeah, Commissioner's Corner is coming up next. Dodger Danny. Bro, you can't let me hang, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Thanks for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you for being a great guest.
I was practicing on the way
You
over.
were?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a long road. You're like,
yeah, I was like, well, what am I going to talk about? And,
We talk about anything. Mostly football, though.
Right.
After the show.
After the show. All right. What do you got for us? Commissioner's Corner, crazy shit's about to go down. Let's go.
First of all, the balloons and the confetti for the 70th win of Team Bring It.
Yeah, just close the door, bro.
are getting a little old, and I'm thinking since he's one loss from his actually he just lost his 50th, so maybe we could celebrate his 50th loss instead of his 70th win.
Shall we?
I didn't bring the confetti. Congratulations, 50
Yeah.
losses.
Team Bring It, 50th loss.
Milestone.
Welcome to the club, or
Yeah, there's a club. There's a lot of.
Am I in it?
We'll find out.
Please say no.
Yeah, you're 2 games in it.
Fuck.
I've been in it for a while.
Oh, you're probably in the second season.
I'm on the 60 loss club, going on the 70 loss.
You wouldn't want to say that out loud. Anyway, carry on, my man.
Couple things just want to cover. First of all, you mentioned on the pre-production meeting, NFL trading deadline was today, or is today?
Yeah,
is
it's
it past?
today. No big news on it though.
No big news.
No one went anywhere.
But it is a good time to go over our trading deadline. Normally, in the past, our trading deadline has been week 11, and it's still week 11. But usually is that Saturday night of week 11 before the Sunday games.
Mm-hmm.
Since we have a show on Tuesdays, I'm going to extend it till Tuesday. We might have some trades going on during the show, hopefully.
Yeah. That sounds cool.
11:59 of that Tuesday night is our trading deadline. Reason for the trading deadline, like we spoke earlier, we don't want to make any people drop somebody or trade somebody just to make the playoffs. The playoffs seems better. So that's the reason for the trading deadline. I've been thinking, but maybe we implement it next year or the year after. Teams that are out of the playoffs, should we allow them to drop players? Because then they'll drop the best players and somebody pick up.
It hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened, but
and I really, and to be quite honest, in the league that we're in, I mean, I think everyone has an ego big enough to not do that. You know, because it's a dirty move. I mean, it's a sleaze. It's a real sleaze bag move, and I don't think anyone in our league would do anything like that. So, I don't think it's necessary to lock or prevent people from dropping players, because if they dropped a good player, it could be the player that they could be franchising later. Per se, never know. But something we could definitely vote on.
Speaking of playoffs, usually around this time of year, I prepare my little spreadsheet. It's hard to see. I should have put it up there, but maybe next week. So I'm gonna start a segment starting on from here on.
Playoff race on
the playoff race. See how where we were at, how many games back you are, wild card playoff. So
Danny's really interested. He thinks he has a shot.
He's still in it.
He's in it to win it. He says he's taking it all the way
so
here on it.
If we were to go to the playoffs today in first place with the tiebreakers, because we have a 3-way tie for first place.
Right.
We have Orange Crush 6-2, Doe 6-2, and Mafia Bay 6-2. If we were to go to the playoffs today, Doe with the tiebreaker is in first place. Orange Crush second place. Mind Freak is 5-3, but he's a division. It would be a division champion, so he would come in third place. Juggernaut's also 5-3. We have a 3-way tie in the Wild Wild West.
Wow,
5-3 would be the tiebreaker would be the division winner there.
Where's Will Smith when you need him? And
fourth place, Mafia Bay, even though he's 6-2, but he has not. The division title is more heavier here. He drops down to the wild card, and Jose in 5-3 is the second wild card.
Dude, I'm not even in it right now.
As of right now, you are not even on the. You're a game back on the wild card behind 4 teams.
Shit.
Behind Mafia Bay. If I beat him, that would make me in.
But you lost to Nick. You haven't played Ray. Ray beat Nick, so it gets a little crazy. I have a little formula that I put up.
It's too much math, bro.
But DodgerDanny, you're only 4 games out of the wild card. You're 5 games out of your division. There's 7 games left. So six games left. Sorry, there's still a chance.
There's still a chance. Yeah,
and you did move up from 16th place to 17th to 15th.
Wait, I went from 16th to 17th.
A huge leaps and bounds to 17th place
to 15th place with that one win. So congrats.
Leaps and bounds, bro. That's improvement.
It feels a little bit better.
You beat the guy in last place.
Yeah.
Which was you. So sometimes you beat yourself.
So that's how our playoff picture looks. I'll try to have something nice for the screen next week.
Yeah.
And every week I update it every week just so, because I do post this on the forum because people do ask where are we with the playoffs, and
this is a lot of fun. We should definitely keep this every week from here on in. Make it a race.
By the way, the tiebreakers, the way they work for the playoffs is overall record first, head-to-head matchup, divisional percentage, and total points. So, for example, could you put the main page of the website? Okay, Juggernauts, Jose, Jesse are all 5-3, but they all beat each other. Jose beat Juggernauts, Jesse beat Jose, and Juggernauts beat Jesse. So the head-to-head matchup gets canceled out because they all beat each other. So divisional percentage is the same. They're all 2-1. They're all 36 points.
That cancels out.
Wow. So I go to the total points, and that's how Juggernauts is in first place by 12 points.
Dang.
So that's how he wins the division as if we were to look at it today. And it gets a little tricky if you scroll down a little where your division.
Why I have to show my 4-4, dude?
The 4-4, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 teams 4-4.
Another tough race there. 3-5, 4-4, 4-4, 5-3.
Yeah, it's only
we keep switching positions
only 2
every
points.
week, dude.
That's right. You guys are like you're going up and down, up and down.
The 4-4 here is a little difficult because Nick is 4-4 and he beat Ricky. Ray is 4-4 and he beat Nick. Little Max also 4-4. Ricky beat him.
That's right. Don't you forget it.
So right now, nobody's beat Ray from these 4-4, so he would be the first 4-4 on the head-to-head matchup. Because that's the second. That's the second. If you guys all were beat each other, then I would go to the winning percentage, and
that's cool.
Well, obviously it's all 75%.
Yeah, you're so all. So it's once we get to week 12, it starts to look a lot cleaner.
It looks cooler.
Right now, it's
I was gonna say, I'm sorry. It's interesting here because we were talking about it earlier. Like, there's so many teams, so sometimes you're like, oh, well, these players this or this players that, but the one good aspect of having like 16 teams is this, right?
Yeah.
Because there are teams like if you're in a league where there's 8 teams, you're like,
I might make the playoffs.
right. But this is like, oh, there's
a fight. It's a dog fight here.
It really is. You really got to
Yeah.
think about what you're doing. And you just said it right. I'm 1-7, and technically I'm still alive. And then you have guys that are like 5-3, 4-4, 4-4, and it's like a real dogfight.
Yeah.
And for all those people out there that are concerned, I know people bring it up every year. I haven't made the playoffs. I am 2 games out of the wild card, and I am 3 games out of my division. So,
it's one more
is there
game
still
than you.
hope or not?
I was just gonna say, for what it's worth, I'm rooting for you to make the playoffs.
I'm one of these years.
I'm not.
You're
I
not.
am.
Hey,
No, because if you make it, that means I might not make it.
that's true.
So see, I'm not.
What have you both
It's a
made?
competitive league.
I don't care. Still no.
Still no.
I'm not even rooting for you, Danny.
I'm
But I'm rooting
him.
for me.
I'd rather see him make the playoffs than me.
What?
Yeah. I mean,
We have
made the
a
playoffs.
we
It's
have
a
a
crazy talk.
yeah, we have a lot. He wants to stay in the league. He doesn't.
I want
Yeah.
a commission.
Yeah.
I want to.
He wants to
be
be-
on the bench.
He wants to be co-commish.
Yeah, deputy or something.
Get
Treasurer.
out of here, guy. I
So-
would rather see myself make it than anybody else.
You have some work to do too. Your division is
Dude,
is
I
tough.
know. We're fucking.
Remember last week when we were reviewing the mid-season report?
I was in it.
You were in it, and we talked about maybe your division has two teams going in, maybe the West has 2 teams in.
But we were both wrong.
Look at the North. We have
What?
2 teams, 6
Well,
and 2.
Damn. Orange Crush is probably the only one I'm really concerned about. Montfield Bay is going to lose this week. Putting me back in the... And Mind Freak's going to lose this week.
So you're gonna be back. You're,
Back division
Is this
leader.
a Kike? You're,
I'm calling it out right now. If I get it right, do I win anything?
you win a game.
Mad respect.
Anything exciting on the chat
No,
log?
Alex said something. He said Team Bring It has more wins this year than Rudeness playoff hope.
Ouch.
As long as I'm ahead. I am actually ahead of him by a
game.
game. So that 70th win, is it gonna come this year or not? By the way,
Ouch. It burned my heart a little.
I
bit.
know.
He also said 70th win will come before your first playoff game.
Well, that's more likely.
By the way,
Not the way
as you
forward.
all know, Team Snoop's been leading the overall points since maybe the second season. And Mind Freak's only 159 points away from him.
Think it'll happen this year?
That's the closest it's been. Well, if you keep scoring 53 points a week,
53 points. Yeah. 3 games to get there, pretty much.
no, 53 points from
I know, but
yeah.
per se that what's his
Campbell.
face?
It's scoring 90 points.
90 points,
Yeah.
and then the other guy scores 50 points.
Yeah, it's about 3-4 games.
Might happen. Might just happen. A lot of shit going on this year. Like Mike said, we're writing history.
He's writing history. That's what Mike says. He
That's
never
what he
says
said?
we. He says
What an
he's
asshole.
the meek person there,
Eh,
breaking history.
breaking history breakers. Anything else on Commissioner's Corner?
Let's go to the picks.
Oh,
Our NFL picks.
Let's go to the picks. Cause
I'm
this,
having a bad year.
dude, I had 2 weeks with 4 right, and 1 was a fluke. But anyway, here we are.
Well, first of all, it's congratulations for Downtown Rebels. They went 13 out of 13.
Yeah, I noticed that.
The fuck?
Yeah.
That's some voodoo shit.
That's
Oh,
it.
there he is. He's on like in the middle.
Yeah, it's Albany Boys here, but he's Downtown Rebels.
It's crazy.
So
man.
that's good. Also, Mind Freak 12 out of 13. He moved up. He went into the top 5.
Do you want to give me a shot? I got 11.
Yeah, but you're not in the top 5.
Damn.
I just go over the top 5.
All right, let's go.
All right, Ricky. He's 11 out of 13.
Yes. All right, here we go with the top 5, man.
So Mind Freak jumped into the top 5. Congratulations with that pick. Jose keeps dropping.
Yeah,
He had a good week though, but he
10-10.
10.
10. I mean,
What a
that's
loser.
an average week.
What a loser! I got 11.
I mean, that's the only really change. Mind Freak jumping in. Electric Dynamite and Little Mac switched spots.
Rick has been leading since the get-go.
Since the beginning, he didn't want to do it. We kind of.
You know what? I think his lady's picking him.
Are they doing like the who has the best malls or who has the best uniform type of thing?
That's what my girlfriend does, but
Yeah.
she gets that shit right.
She does.
But she's like, you know what? She does it. She's like, I think Tom Brady's cute, so she picks the Patriots to win, which you can't go wrong nowadays.
That's true.
That's how she does it.
Who's got the cutest QB?
Tom Brady always wins in her heart.
Tomcat.
She doesn't like to talk basketball in a football show.
Like, hey, she has a good head on her shoulders, man. She knows football is more important.
So I mean that's all I got. It's pretty tight race.
Hey, what's up with Lewis? He gave up, huh? It's 2 weeks in a row, a 0.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Really?
I think he works with Alex.
Well, that dude Frank also giving up 6-0.
Where is Mike? Oh, you got 10. Okay.
Oh, is Doe?
Yeah,
he got 10.
He
That's a good one.
Fucking 9-11, 9-11, 7-11.
and the other picks that we're doing, he was 1 point away from winning, from
Dude,
tying.
I got 11 right on the other one too,
But you have the
2
Cowboys.
The fuck, Rudy?
You had the Cowboys
For the most
13 points.
Yeah, but just saying.
I'm just saying that
Could have won.
could have, would have, should have.
Shoulda.
That's all I got
Bitch.
this week's Commissioner's Corner. Lakers are doing extremely well. I don't know what people are talking about the Clippers making the finals. I don't see anything special. That's all I got.
Do you want to do the play-by-play? Or is,
Nah.
we're here? We have another 10 minutes.
We're good.
You sure?
We could move on to
All right, let's
anything
move.
else on the...
We're gonna move on with life. What do we got on the chat?
Nick isn't going to make it either way because I am taking a spot.
Who said Alex?
Little
Mac
Max.
said that.
No hopes
I
on winning
wonder-
the division.
Is it... No, he's... Well, maybe, yeah. I don't know if he was talking about Rick on the picks or Rick on you on the division.
Yeah, he didn't specify.
But he's taking your spot maybe on the wild card.
I don't think so, dude. You're losing this week. Not everyone in my division is losing every week, and I'm winning. Well, I have to beat Ivan, which won't be a walk in the park, but I will beat him. I'll do it for you guys. Do we got anything else? Nothing interesting?
Oh, he specified now division.
Division.
Bitch ass. Call. Let's do it. Little Mac. Mano y mano, son. Let's throw up that W for those. Today's.
This guy hasn't seen
You
it.
have to come in and throw a W. Because
This show is brought to you by the
this
letter
show is
W.
sponsored by the letter W. I think that's the only.
As in, Danny did not go winless.
Yeah.
So far, nobody has.
That's good.
So it's one of like.
I didn't get it though, but
Then why the fuck are you putting it? Oh, I didn't get it either.
the only winner here today.
The
That's all
winner
right.
today.
It's alright, we all throw up a W.
Nah, bro.
No, then I'll do one.
Dude,
W as in-
Lakers.
That's an L.
That's how you spell it, yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure. All right, in that case, once again, I want to thank onit.com. Make sure you go get some supplements. Dude, we got to start working on that website, man.
I'm waiting for a logo.
The fuck, already? Okay. onit.com. Go get yourself some badass working equipment. Let's see if I can grab anything here. Oh, I got this badass ball from there. 6-pound ball. It's pretty dope. I do a lot of ab workouts. That's why I look so, I'm always looking good.
Looks like a basketball.
It's like a very heavy Dodger ball, which I want to play with one day. That'd be pretty funny. I got it. Slap on the face. So yeah, onit.com. Get yourselves, try out their supplements. Everything you guys want to try out, it's money back guarantee. If you guys don't like the stuff, you could always send it back. You just let them know, and they're like, hey man, I don't like your shit. They just send you their money back, and you keep the supplements. What else? Oh, trunkclub.com. Hit up my girl Gianna over there at trunkclub.com. She'll have you dress up really nice. Looking at you, Mike. And that's about it. Oh, suck it, Michael Fabiano, because we out. Much love to all the viewers. Thanks again, Danny, for coming down. You're
Thank
great,
you, Ricky,
great,
for having me.
great guest, bro. All right, everybody. Much love. We out. Peace.
Tiger style.
Tiger style. Yo. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. There's no place to hide once I step inside room. Dr. Doom, prepare for